Hey, good morning, boys and girls. Hey, listen, I'm going to just talk a little bit about our lesson from this morning because we had some trouble with our Zoom. So I have decided, I was taking a walk with Cooper and I had decided that I love spring. And so when I went out this morning, I just picked a few things that I saw in my yard and some things that were growing purposefully in my yard. But the one thing I wanted to show you that I gathered this morning that's a fun thing to do if you go to a park with your parents or you're out walking, or you might even have these in your front yard in your neighborhood. So I gathered these, they're called buttercups. And if you look at them closely, they all have petals. And then I also gathered some dandelions. And, we've been talking about how people survived in the past. Well, dandelions, believe it or not, at one point people used to pick these and eat them, like as a vegetable. But then as more vegetables were grown and different seeds were found and people tried different things and plants that were outside, we don't eat dandelions anymore just because we found better tasting food that can grow from the ground. So dandelions are considered a weed and they spread, but they sure are beautiful and yellow. So I gathered these buttercups, and when I was a child, they were called buttercups because if you put them under your chin and there was a glow, it's sort of an urban legend, and there was a glow from the buttercup on the inside of your neck, you used to say, well, it's because you like butter. But it's really just the reflection of the yellow flower in the sun. And so it really doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you like butter. That's an opinion. If you like the taste of butter, then that's your opinion. Some people like the taste of butter, some people don't. But really, a flower can't determine that, the color, if you like it or not. So you could go out and gather a small bouquet. And so then what I did is I counted how many petals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I counted the second one. Here's the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so it looks like that if I went out and I collected another one, this guy's a little droopy. It looks like if I count this one too, that this particular flower, the buttercup, is a 5-petal flower. So you might want to pick a few more and observe and see if that's the truth. Like, pick a handful. So this is something that grows wild in the grass, so you can do this. This isn't something that you pick that somebody purposefully planted. So, or if you have some flowers that your mother wouldn't mind if you picked one or two, you could go ahead and do that. And a lot of bushes now, like azaleas and stuff, have flowers. So it's a good time to grab a couple. So I can collect nature and I can use this to make a math problem. So here we go. I have one buttercup with 5 petals, and I join another buttercup. I have a math problem that looks like this. So let me find my dry erase board. So, and I know that sometimes as we're working with addition and subtraction, when do you use addition, a plus sign? When do you use a minus sign? So I have 5-petaled buttercup. And then here's how I always know. If I'm going to get a bigger number because I'm joining two things together, look, I'm going to make a vertical line and a horizontal line. And that's 2. I'm joining two things together, or another number, because I can keep going on. So I have 5 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I equals 10 petals altogether. Now I don't have a flower that is a 10-petal flower, but I have 2 flowers with 10 petals together. And that plus sign is going to tell me because I'm joining 2 numbers together. Okay? So that's my plus sign. But I can also turn my bouquet of flowers into a subtraction. So here we go. I've got one buttercup that has 5 petals. I can take 1 petal away, and now I'm left with a buttercup that has 4 petals. And do you notice I said the word left? because that's what I have left when I take away. So my math problem would be written like this. I have a 5-petaled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, my petals look a little different, but I just want to show you. So I have a 5-petal buttercup minus 1. Mrs. Sweet, you saw me. I took it away. Here's the one I took away. There it is. Take away 1 equals, and how many buttercups petals do I have on this flower? I have 4. I have 4 left, right? And I have 4 left. And that's minus is I'm taking away. And if my number is larger, you know, I can't, right? I can't take away 5 from 1. But if I have 5 petals, like Mrs. Sweet did, I can take 1 petal away and I have 4 petals left. So let's say here's my 4-petal flower. And let's say if I decide to take another one. So now I have 4 petals, take away 1 more, and that leaves me with 3 petals.